Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right now, wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
What the fuck are you doing in my dressing room?
This is Brad's dressing room.
Right here, man. This is MTV.
Are we starting?
The next hour, you're going to see behind the scenes of Linkin Park. You're going to see what we do before a show, what we eat, and us sitting on toilets.
Let's start with the toilets.
The British will love that, huh? Like toilet humor. This ain't Top of the Pops, yo. It's very kitschy.
That is weird.
Right. We're in Utah at the end of the Countdown to Revolution tour. It's snowing outside, so we're hanging out in here. We've got our entertainment center. Very entertaining.
Yeah, this is a Limp Bizkit hand-me-down. Our production manager used to work for them, and I guess Wes painted this, but we're lucky to have it. It's kind of a loaner. Chris is our production manager. He let us borrow this until ours gets made. So it's good to have like one of these in the dressing room, you know.
Every day that you show up, you have a rider. That's what it's called. I don't know why, but it's basically you submit a list of stuff that you may want in your dressing room that day. For instance, chips and salsa,
Bagels,
deli tray, mushrooms, Snapples, waters.
It's usually
we always have easy cheese.
And also helpful to have hand sanitizer. So when you get gnarly cuts from kids, you scratch your hand when you go in the crowd, you put it on there, and it kills the germs.
This is where we keep the Jake. We kind of mount him up against the wardrobe case, right like that.
That sounds so bad.
We keep him by the wardrobe case, right like that. Yeah. Wardrobe cases can't all be flashy, huh, kids? This is our right-hand birthing device. We have another one for when we birth kids, because Dave and Brad actually they're medical students from UCLA, and they know how to birth children. I think the technical term is deliver children. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor like you, but he didn't go to med school, did he? No, I didn't.
How'd you guys actually sort of hook up? You received a tape, is that right?
Yeah, I got a demo in the mail, and then I pretty much just kind of fell in love with it instantly, and then went in and canceled all of my plans for the entire day, and called my friend at the studio, said I need a couple hours, and went in there, cut the demo, called him I think about 12 hours after the demo arrived in my house, and said I'm ready. and they were pretty surprised about that.
Within 24
I got
hours.
a demo in the mail. I fell in love with it, and I was at my birthday party. Our first songs, there were cruder versions of what we're doing now. Like, you could definitely pick out, okay, here's the rap part.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the electronic part.
Right.
And we basically spent years working in Mike's bedroom and on our own on our songs to create an album, Hybrid Theory, where each track it tells a story and is strong, but each track just sounds like Linkin Park. It doesn't sound like, okay, here's the rap
You're doing good at
part.
this, by the way. You guys have got your little actions going.
Here's the other part, and so everything is just, you know, combined into one sound.
Yeah.
I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear.
How long had you guys been like sitting on the same tour bus together last year?
6 months.
Yeah.
It was only a bus for about 4 weeks.
It was a van?
It was an RV with 9 guys in it
Nice.
for about
That was
4 months.
And the RV was built for like 6, so it was pretty crammed in there.
That's when Brad and I became the same
Became the
person.
same person.
Right.
Okay.
There just wasn't room to have
Because
two
there was
of
a
them.
room, to have both of us sleep in an area, so we both kind of combined.
When did LinkinPark.com actually first go online?
Before.
That's a good question. Like we actually started our web activity before anything else.
Yeah, because I read there was like you guys were actually starting to put the word out about your band before, you know, there'd been any releases or anything like that.
We're definitely a band that you can totally say like we kind of broke on the web. And the cool thing about that is when we first went to do a U.S. tour, which we'd never done before, there were kids in all these different cities who already knew who we were because they'd heard our stuff on the internet, or they were on our street team, or they had met someone.
It's really distracting you, man. You sort of concerned about the whole kind of fact that people are going to concentrate more on your tattoos, your piercings, and your hairstyles, and your dashing good looks?
Never. I mean, the last thing we worry about is like image. Honestly, I mean seriously, we walk around.
Coming from this guy.
I'm sorry, man. All respect due, but I mean,
No, but seriously, like
Germans
imaging
maybe,
to
but-
us is like getting in there, like getting into a place and having people do your hair and wearing, you know, leather clothes and like the glamour aspect.
I give it
of the
6
whole thing.
months before you're getting someone to do your hair and wearing leather clothes.
Well, I wanted to do it this morning, but it was going to take too much time because I was too lazy to do my hair.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That's 6 against 1. You're going to back up? I'm so not going to edit that part.
Hi, Mom.
This proves that we're not an image-conscious band.
Break!
Sometimes we get 2 dressing rooms. It's nice to have 2 dressing rooms, especially when like at the beginning of this year, we weren't even getting one. We had to sit in our RV while other people had dressing rooms. That can be rough.
This is production office. This is where all the business happens. So basically, we don't know what goes on here, but let's go check it out.
Come on! They hate it when we come in here. We don't belong in here. We're just the band.
This is
where we keep
this is
BC.
AD from Downhead PE.
Also known as The King.
The King.
Their drummer / tour manager.
Let's keep that a little quiet.
Yeah. AKA Jack Daniels.
And I took him to school with the go-kart track the other night.
He did. Every once in a
He
while.
badged out. He badged out.
That's a nice sweater.
Every once in a while, you get a day off in between shows, and you get to go do fun stuff. Well, it wasn't a day off, but we had a day off the day after. We went go-kart racing with Head PE, and it was pretty dope. And BC schooled me. He lapped me a couple times.
Derek Daly Racing School, Las Vegas, V-Town.
Thank you. Hi.
Moving on to the production office. This is our
A very important part of the production case, the blow pops. This is where they put the dreidel.
this is our backup DJ right here. If I go down, he's always here.
I am. What's up?
This is Erica. She's the she writes all our music.
Yes. On my good days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On her bad days, she performs it. Whenever we're feeling
Yeah,
bad,
really bad day.
in a bad mood, we come here and talk to Erica, and she puts us in a good mood.
I try.
She's always smiling.
I try.
Show your smile. Give him.
Except for that picture you drew of me. I was frowning.
Oh, but it's a serious moment.
You notice how much bigger the production office is than the dressing room? The production office is way bigger than the dressing room. It's like 4 dressing rooms could fit inside here.
Priorities.
From Arizona must have been a big thing. I mean, I've been reading in the interviews. You got a wife, you got some dogs, right?
Yeah.
And you suddenly relocate to LA. I mean, what was going through your mind at that time to meet guys that you hadn't even met before?
I pretty much tried not to think about it at all. I just kind of went, you know, just focus on just doing the music and try not to think too much about how pissed my wife was at me or how sad she was that I was gone, or whether or not my dogs even knew that I wasn't there anymore.
How did you put it to your wife? Did you say, sorry, I got to go, I might be gone for some time, but you know, when I come back I'll be a rock star and you can move out to an LA mansion with me? Was that how you sold it to her?
Well, I mean, the only reason why she didn't come with me in the first place is just because we owned some property, and I didn't want to, like, just, you know, throw all my eggs into one basket. I wanted to leave at least one egg out. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we just kind of were being just kind of as practical as we possibly could, you know, because I didn't know how well we would get,
which to most people would still be impractical.
Yeah, I mean, most people, yeah, it'd be insane. But like, what I was like really just hoping to do was just kind of come out and find out what these guys were all about, because I didn't know that we would click so well, so fast.
There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing.
Gotta ask you this, you've suffered this rumour that's been going around the industry that you're a manufactured boy band.
you guys have a lot of people watching, and we get to say to all these people that we wouldn't have gotten a publishing deal first if we didn't write our own songs. So that rumor you heard is not true.
And not only that, but it's kind of hard to manufacture a band that knew each other their entire lives.
Try to find one record industry executive that could manufacture a piece of crap like us.
We'd be way more polished if they had manufactured us.
Right. The power of your vocals on stage, like spot on for what you hear on the album, and the notes that you hold on and the way you sing. People keep asking you about the effects that you use, and he doesn't use any effects. It's all pure up on stage.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like we use like typical effects that any band in any pub or any bar or any venue would be able to use, like, you know, delays, reverbs, things like that. But we don't run any tape, we don't loop anything, not even samples. Everything that you hear on the record is being performed physically by somebody on stage.
A funny thing about coming to these venues and being in a band is that when you wake up, you come out of your bus, you have no idea where you're going, because you potentially, you know, a lot of times you've never been there before, so you see these, your production team sets these up every morning so that when you come in and you're all groggy, you kind of look here and you go, okay, we're trying to find the catering. And you've got catering. Hello. Rice, potatoes, and meats.
You know where you're going now?
It changes every day depending on who does the catering. Usually they hire out like a local crew and kind of, you know, it's from the area. They come in, they cook some stuff. It can kind of be sketchy, because then you've got,
we're not going to put you on the camera.
People that you've never met before preparing a bunch of food, and sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's garbage. You know, today it looks good though, and I'm not just saying that either. Talking to MTV UK. And desserts over there.
We found Brad. He's over there.
Brad's really weird.
Get those fucking cameras out of here.
He's practicing his acting. Look how convincing it is. Do it again, do it again.
Get tough. Get tough again.
Brad, do your photo shoot face.
Yeah. All right. Dude, Sweeney, you gotta put on some clothes, dude. For real. No, I like your sexy legs. I'm just afraid you're gonna get sick.
You're killing my vibe, sweetie.
Can I borrow those shorts though?